Jasmine and Vince.
The Jas Vince Show.
The Jas Vince.
Oh yes, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Jas Vince Show.
I'm Jas.
And I'm Vince. And today, yes, I know, you're usually here to watch us talk about Married at Sight, but we have another show with some amazing, crazy couples. Also,
that's not married at first sight.
They're not married, and also aren't the producers? Isn't it the same producers do both shows? I feel like.
Say maybe.
I feel like it. We're not talking about Nick Lachey and what's his wife's name? Anywho, we're here to talk about Love is Blind. Season 6. Where are these people from, Jas?
North Carolina, I believe.
North Kakalaki. I get one every time.
Nobody said
I get one. That was it. I'll never say it again.
Unless you're 72 years
old.
I'll
never say it again. I promise. But yes, Love is Blind. People love this show. Jas has watched every season,
I think.
Right? I know we definitely watched.
It was a pandemic show, y'all.
It was a pandemic show.
We was watching anything.
We watched the first season together, definitely. I might have caught some of the second season. Who was on the first season?
It was Lauren and Cameron.
Yeah, I got to meet them at a Clippers game, actually. Yeah, I just remembered that off the top of my head. But yeah, very nice couple. Last season, we had your boy Uche and all his craziness that took place. Right? There was a lot of stuff going on. So this season, how do you feel about this season so far?
I like to see all of the diversity, but I wish Happy Black History Month.
Happy Valentine's Day, belated now by the time you're watching this too. But yes.
I hate that they keep showing us that they got all these black people, but we don't get to see them date. We just see them talking to the ottle girls in the house.
What's up with that?
I want to see all the awkward dates. I'm here for the awkward dates.
You know what? I will give them a note. You know how Married at First Sight, we get to see like the matchmaking process and stuff like that. I feel like y'all got to dig a little bit deeper into how these people are dating, specifically because I'm like, who is that? Or when did this they on the website? I never seen this person on the show. And also, I feel like, now that we've seen spoilers are in this episode, by the way, spoilers are going to be coming up. Now that we've seen, the people that are in couples, there's some couples that I'm like, I haven't seen them even talk to anybody else. So how would we know what their dating experience was like?
But I feel like some of them are saying like, hey, I was only interested in one person. It was easy for me to pick that person.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. All right. So at this point, folks, if you have been watching this channel for a while, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming back. If this is your first time here, please make sure you take the time to
like, comment, and subscribe.
Do that thing. So I usually like to have like pictures and stuff. I'm a very graphics based person, like production quality. Like to have all the pictures and stuff, but there's like 30, 40 people, so I wasn't going to do all that. So what's going to happen is, again, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Circle reference. What we're going to do is we're going to recap the first through 6 episodes, but specifically talking about our thoughts on these wonderful couples. All right. So again, if you haven't watched all the way up until and past episode 6, you're gonna get some stuff. Unless you just, you don't care about the actual show. You just want to see us and talk about the show. We appreciate y'all. All right. So let's get into it. The very first couple I have is Amy and Johnny. How do you feel about Amy and Johnny before we get too deep?
I thought they were an interesting mix. I don't really know too much about Johnny besides he's in sales. He seems like a super nice guy. I can't remember much of his background. I remember Amy more than Johnny.
All right. Johnny, 27 years old, I think.
Yes.
Some along the lines of that. Ginger, would he consider himself? I don't know if he counts.
Not that gingery
we're not supposed
features.
We're not supposed to say.
Clint would be mad.
Might have gingery features.
Yeah,
sorry, Clint and Johnny. But yes, Amy, who I barely remember watching on the show. How old is she?
I think she's 27.
Around 27 also?
Yeah.
All right.
She is originally from Puerto Rico. She said her mom was originally from Spain, and she moved to the U.S. at like 5 or 6, something like that. But she said that her childhood was very lonely. Like her dad she told a story about her dad begging for people to come to her birthday party. I'm like, damn, she seems so nice.
That was
like,
kind of lame, but sad.
That is sad, you know? And then she talked about how her brother is a big concern for her because she is next in line to take care of him. He has autism. And I thought it was really sweet how like Johnny was like, you know what, like I can appreciate that, and you know, like I would definitely be willing to like help you and support you in that way. That's a big thing. I feel like everybody has like things that people view as baggage. I feel like baggage is the theme of this show.
Wow.
This season.
Oh, this season
specifically.
Yeah.
Because certain things that people view as
some baggage.
Is baggage, I feel like other people don't view as baggage. They view it as like a win or caring or adding to like who that person is.
I would agree.
And I think it's just all about how you frame things. So I think Amy and Johnny are cute. They seem to be comfortable with each other and like kissing, and they're not worried about what everybody else is going. I like that they're not comparing themselves to anybody else. They minding their business. They like, we here, we got this, what we got going on, and they seem like confident, even though I feel like they're both like not each other's typical type, maybe. Well, she said she usually is into ethnic guys.
A little spice there. He's all, I like your accent. What did she say?
He loved that shit.
She said something super simple. He was like, oh.
Now you know how people be rolling the R just a little extra, just
a little bit,
just pronounce one thing like, you know, with an accent.
So. Now, how long were they talking before they became a couple officially?
I don't know. They don't have 10 days in this whole thing.
Is it 10 days?
It's 10 days.
10 days. They were definitely the first couple to officially declare their love for each other. They
were the first couple to get proposed that we saw, at least.
That we saw.
We don't know what the actual order was, but that's that we saw.
Right. And they seem like they're happy together. They seem like they're having a good time. I believe she mentioned something along the lines of, I just have to, you know, let the attraction grow. So I'm like, does that mean you're not all the way attracted? It happens. But you just met this person face to face for the first time. So it's going to take a while. She wasn't
weird about it. And I appreciate that. I feel like those are the type of people that need to be on these shows, is people that are open-minded.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're stuck to like, oh, I only like this, and you can't like really learn to like and love and grow with someone based on who they are, this is not for you.
I would agree.
And there's a few people on here that is not for them.
It's definitely not for them. And I just think, because Amy wasn't the only person to say this, but Amy did say that as they're on their, you know, their honeymoon vacation and stuff like that, I definitely would not have picked this guy.
Yeah.
If I saw him. So that is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of bittersweet. It's like a little disheartening, but also
I don't think so. Also, I think it's like honest.
Very honest. Also, it's like, oh wow, like she ended up with somebody that she would have looked over, you know? Really dope. Anything else about Amy and Johnny that you would like to discuss?
No, I think they will probably make it. We'll see what kind of arguments they have later. But
right.
Yeah.
We've got 5 couples. Do you think they would be, where do you think they fall in the 5? Are they in the top or closer to the bottom?
Closer to the top.
Closer to the top. I'll take it. Let us know how you feel about Amy and Johnny in those comments. The moment we've all been waiting for. Right? We always root for everybody black, right?
Yes. Happy Black History Month.
Hit it. There you go. All right. This is A.D. Amber Desiree.
I'm mad you know her whole name because nobody else did. But okay.
And Clayton.
Yeah.
See, I did both.
So I like Amber. AD.
Everybody likes AD.
She seems like a vibe.
Let's talk about it.
She's like a professional. Is she a cheerleader or a professional dancer?
I believe she said, because professional dancer has a different connotation. I feel like she said that she was a sports team cheerleader.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically, it seems like she's been dating the jocks, the players, the walking red flag. She said sometimes she'll meet a man and he'll be a red flag. And she said, oh, let me paint my nails to match. I had that crack me up.
That was interesting. I was like, why would she say that?
Because that's how it be. women be so blinded sometimes, and guys too. Like, oh, this person is like, they look like what I like. They are like charismatic and all this stuff, but then they be having all the like horrible. They a liar, they a cheater, all of that stuff. So
cheat. Sorry.
All right. Anyway, so she says she normally doesn't give the nice guy a try.
Ooh, why? Because she's into the player, the ball.
Yeah, that's what she's into. But I feel like if she's in that lifestyle, then that's pretty normal, like, honestly. But so basically, who was she dating? She met Clayton. And I feel like Clayton is really her type. They had like good, very flowy energy, and I feel like it was a genuine like connection and easy for them to talk. And I feel like Clayton is very open about the fact that he has a big ego, and he is kind of seems like he's been a player and he wants to like turn it around and be the good guy.
Working on being a reformed player, possibly.
Yeah. So I felt like he was doing good, but then he said something like, yeah, I can't marry somebody unless I know what they look like. And she's like, baby, this is Love is Blind, right? Like, I'm not telling you that.
That's right.
She said, oh, so are you... I feel like AD is very good at like with her words. She was like, so is there anything in particular that like specifically that you're looking for? So then he basically, I feel like he described her to a T, and she still gave him nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes.
Which was good.
She's standing on business.
It's kind of crazy to see these games play out, but yeah.
It's not a game. It's not a game.
It's the game of love.
I think that the whole point is if you're patient, you will be blessed.
Yes.
Okay?
Agreed. So he got a little greedy. He tried to, see what was behind the curtain before the curtain was, revealed.
And I said he fumbled the bag.
He did absolutely fumble.
It seemed like he fumbled the bag.
He did absolutely fumble. Even though, again, if you're watching this, they obviously ended up being a couple. At that point, AD was still a little on the fence about who she was going to make that decision with. I do give Clay his props for being open about the ego thing, again, seeming like a reformed player, and talking about how he just is discovering therapy, so he's working through talking about his feelings, which is something that, black men don't necessarily always get a chance to do. So yeah,
Vince giving him a pass for being an asshole. Basically,
no.
Is what I'm hearing.
I'm not giving him a pass, but I am saying at least like me, since we're saying if you're using the word asshole, I wouldn't necessarily consider him a full. Well, I haven't seen him be a full asshole yet, but
he's asshole-y.
My thing is, if someone is going to be an asshole, I at least appreciate that they know. Like, don't be oblivious to how you're treating other people. Mm-hmm. Like, at least he's willing to be like, oh, that was my bad.
Do you consider yourself an asshole?
I do.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
Most people wouldn't know that, obviously.
But other people,
most people,
everybody else thinks he's
wouldn't
nice.
know that. I'm a very nice person.
You're cordial.
I'm very polite. Yeah. I'm very cordial. But I'm from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? And I come from a long line of assholes. So what can I say?
You do. I agree. So at some point, she kind of put Clay on ice.
Ooh. And
she was surprisingly dating the guy that most of the girls hated.
Everybody.
Rightfully so, because he was horrible.
Most of the girls and us. And most of the guys didn't seem to like him that much
horrible.
Either. Most of the guys didn't really seem to like him that much either. He was closed off. This gentleman that looks like a Lego character on your screen. And the picture is not doing him justice. He looks high. He looks high in this picture right here, but
he looks better in this picture than he did.
He was very cubic. He
got a blockhead.
He's a blockhead. All
right, so basically he was going into the pod.
Matthew is his name. Yes.
With a list of questions,
right,
1 through 15.
Noble.
Coming in there telling the girl, oh, I just had a list of questions, pick 1 through 15.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I'm like, okay, they're like, okay, this is direct. All right. So then they answer the question, and then they were like, oh, what about you? That's normally how conversation goes. I ask a question, you answer, and then you ask me, what about me? Oh, I wasn't planning on answering a question.
He started malfunctioning instantly. Like, wait, whoa. This is not. I'm out. This is not what we're here to do. Dog, don't come at me with questions you don't even have an answer for yourself.
For your own question. And at one point they showed where the girl, like, he asked a question and the girl was like going, answering the question in detail. He literally gets up and walks out the pod while she's still talking. I'm just like, oh, this guy's an asshole. Like, I don't like him. So I basically wrote, he seems a bit rude. He said something about showing emotion is weakness.
Ooh.
And he said that he recently he did open up to AD more than he did other women, because she was like, so what are you looking for? He was like, oh, you getting straight to it. Yes.
Yeah, I got questions. I got questions.
I am.
What's good?
So he said that he just recently started going to a therapist, and he told the therapist that he was coming on this show, and she thought he was crazy.
His therapist is still laughing.
I'm sure she is, and she's getting the last laugh at that. Also in the house, he seems to be antisocial. He not really opening up and like rocking with the guys and telling, generally there's somebody you close to and you talk to them about, who you're dating or what you're feeling, but it's just not working.
Right. I do think I think all of us were probably a little bit amazed that his reaction to AD or AD's reaction to him, she was also like creeped out for a little bit too, but you could tell she's a very nice, warm person. Yeah. It's like, well, I'm going to make the best out of this moment, so talk to me. And he definitely felt that and started spilling his heart out to her, and they went on a couple dates. And I think that was probably
he spilling his heart?
Trying his best to keep a cordial conversation flowing. And I was thinking, oh man, nobody else has got to be feeling Matthew like this. This is the only person that he's talking to and telling all these wonderful things. And
I also didn't like when she asked, how important is race to you? And he said, oh, not at all. And I'm like, there's a different way to answer that question.
Because we do have
maybe saying, I'm open to it. I'm open to any race is a better way to say it. But to say not at all when you have the potential to have black children is kind of a little bit of a red flag to me.
They never explicitly said that she was black. Same thing with another interracial couple that we had, but I feel like they handled that situation.
Yeah, but Vince was like, you think she know he white? Or he think she black? I was like, most likely she knows that he's not black.
Got to. He could have been like Indian or something.
But the opposite way around, I feel like it could have went either way.
I do think it could have went either way. While I have Matthew up on the screen again,
trash
man. Again, I can't do the trash man thing at the same time, but I was like, oh, this is really nice. I'm surprised. Everybody was surprised that him and AD, such a beautiful young lady, were having such a cool connection. Then come to find out, again, we told you that Clay fumbled the bag at some point.
Yeah.
And her feelings were kind of mixed between Clay and Matthew. Somehow, Clay finds out that Matthew is the one that she's feeling, and he is not happy.
He was flabbergasted.
He's not happy, bro, the entire time. But it gets closer and closer to, I guess they have to make a decision. And Matthew tells AD, like, all these wonderful things.
Oh, we should leave here, and I want to propose to you the right way, and I would want to talk to your dad, and ask for your hand in marriage. And I want to do things the right way. Yada yada yada.
It's a beautiful thing.
She get back to the house, talk to her girl Alejandra. That's the only time we ever see Alejandra is when they're talking.
Who's
in the
another person of color that we didn't get
that we never saw date anybody. Annoying.
It's none.
And then she's like, oh, interesting. Then the next day, Amber come in there and said, oh yeah, he said this. He said, I shit you not, word for word, what he said to AD. And I was like, I really believe this man when he said it. I was like, oh, that's really sweet. I'm like, my man's is running the game.
He duped all of us. He went from being the lamest dude to appearing to be the dude that
the loser
had the most, was trying to play the most.
Yeah.
Right? So this on our screen now is Amber, not to be confused with Amber Desiree, who goes by AD. Amber here, I don't even know much about Amber, but we saw her on a couple dates.
Yeah, we don't know, and I feel like they didn't go into her too much.
But apparently she'd been getting cozy with Matthew, and Matthew unfortunately told her all the same things he told AD, something along the lines of,
yeah, we should leave here tonight, and do I need to chase you and go talk to your dad so I can propose? And
all the same things.
Exactly the same thing.
And the only reason AD finds out about this is because she overhears Amber telling someone else what what was said. And interestingly enough, AD's sitting there like, that's crazy.
Yeah, she didn't say anything. I feel like she could have like blew up the spot immediately, but she was like, let me really, I feel like AD has done the work. And she was talking about therapy, but I feel like she's really done the work. And she be like, let me think about and evaluate before I open my mouth. And that's growth.
Yeah.
I didn't know how she was before, but for me, that would be growth. Okay.
So we got to see Amber again. Obviously, she didn't end up choosing this guy, Matthew.
She left.
She did check him about it. Oh, Amber left.
Amber left.
That's right. That's right.
Because he came in and he was like, oh, I'm upset because, Amber left. And she was like, is it because you said the same things to her that you said to me, maybe?
I hope he left too, and hopefully they're off somewhere being happy.
I hope we don't have to see him again.
But
with his black head.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I'm glad AD checked him first off. I'm also glad that Clay came and apologized for the goofy things that he said, and eventually made it right and tried to get deeper in conversation. They had some special dates while in the pods, and eventually ended up seeing each other in person. And he was very pleased. He was very pleased with what he saw.
Patience, my guy.
Patience. That's all. After we see them get engaged, they get to hang out with everybody and stuff like that. And all I have for them is that they really got into, well, what did she say? I forgot what they said. They got a little touchy, they're steamy or hot.
Yeah.
They did some stuff because, they're in the Dominican Republic. And also they just went deeper into, it was nice to see them have conversations on their thoughts on therapy and, again, ego and situation.
And how he knows nothing about how marriage goes.
Oh my God. They talked about her father as well, and how it affected her. But yeah, man, he said, "What, do I get a ring?"
It sounded like he was trying to get out of wearing a ring, is what I was
That's
hearing.
what it sounded like.
That's what I was hearing.
But as the conversation went on, it just seemed like he had nothing. He had no clue what marriage was about, or even how the ceremony takes place, or anything regarding marriage.
I think they having sex. I'm gonna just get to it because she said she would be open to it.
Yeah,
and they was making out in the hot tub, and I did appreciate, and it really hit my heart. Because my man is trying to be reformed, okay? He's trying to be reformed.
Yes, Clay. Okay.
Yeah. He said she got that bathing suit on. He was like, woo! He's like, I'm trying to stop myself from sexualizing her because she needs to be treated like the queen that she is.
That's right. It's got to be hard, too.
Give Vince some of that trinkle.
Yeah, give trinkle.
Yeah, over there. So anyway.
Anything else about Clay and AD?
I think that they are pretty solid. I know they're gonna have some struggles coming up just because between his ego and I don't think that their heads are gonna be turned, which is always the issue with this show.
Interesting.
I think they are both very much each other's type and they're into each other, and I don't think that anybody else can come around that would make them be like, oh no, let me pay attention to this.
That is a good point, because I can see that.
That's good.
I can see that. I haven't watched as much of the show as you have, but I could definitely see that. That's really dope to hear. Right? Anything else about AD and Clay?
I'm gonna give them. I think they're like number 2.
Number 2?
Yeah.
Did we talk about number 1 yet? Or?
Number 1 is probably. I think Amy and Johnny are solid.
1 and solid 2. This is good.
They might be tied with.
We're
them.
on a roll.
Okay.
We're on a roll. They're number 2 in our order of discussing anyway. Rooting for Black love, of course. Rooting for Black love.
Happy Black History Month.
Right. Happy Black History Month, my friends. Let's get into another couple. Half black, right? Technically. Right. We got Kenneth and Brittany. Brittany is
what?
I don't know.
I forgot what she.
How old is she? What does she do?
She's 24.
She in real estate or something?
I can't remember what she do.
Tell us. Let us know what Brittany does. But she's cute. She's a churchy girl.
I feel like they introduced us to them late.
I think so as well. I think they were one of the last or later couples, I should say, or dates before they were couples that we got to see. We got to see them bond. They discussed the elephant in the room, which is, I feel, appropriate. Same thing. How do you feel about race?
Yes.
How did they do on that conversation?
I don't remember what they said.
I don't remember. I think they did okay. Yeah. Oh, that's something I'm open to. I think they kind of made the assumption, well, I'm not black or I am black.
Yeah.
You know, those things have to be discussed.
Oh, I remember. He was asking her, is she comfortable?
Yes, there you go.
And she was like, absolutely. And I feel like she reminded me of one of my friends. I feel like she seemed like the how do I explain it? Like the Aunt Kim. You know, everybody got the white auntie Kim that's like your uncle's white girlfriend of 20 years. That's what she reminded me of. Like she would be cool. Like she would blend into the family and stuff. And of course, you know, my concern is always about raising black children, but I feel like they didn't get too far into it, but I feel comfortable with her. I think that she's open-minded, and most importantly, they have faith and they're waiting till marriage to have sex.
Right.
And I was like, y'all are it's giving aligned. I love Kenneth. I think that he is very attentive and he's really a gentleman. He reminds me of Vince.
Oh.
He's really a gentleman.
Because he's churchy?
No, it's not that about him being churchy.
Nah.
He seems like an actual gentleman. And he is... Oh, I wrote a note. I said something like, I love that they are so expressive with how like they feel about each other in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, listen, this is what I need every day from you. I need a kiss every night. And I need to know how you feel about us and our relationship every single night. And I was like, this is about being transparent.
That's very transparent.
I feel like I think they're the youngest, but they seem like
25 and 25?
25 and 24.
26? 24. Wow.
Yeah. So I think that they're going to be good.
I'm not mad at that.
We're going to see.
I don't have anything else to say about them. He's a middle school principal.
Yes.
And a youth pastor. I don't know if he's actually youth. He said something.
He says something like
that. But he got a youth pastor jacket on. So that was my only
You
thing.
a hater.
Anything else about Brittany and
Vince
Kenneth?
got a youth pastor jacket too.
I guess I do. All right. I'm not as churchy, but I come off churchy, I guess. Let us know how you feel about Brittany and Kenneth. As we got to see them, you know, interacting with other people, they seem very comfortable with each other. They seem very loving. In the previews, we do see a little bit of turmoil here or there, like people acting different once they're back into real life and stuff.
That's normal.
Hey, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully people's families are accepting.
I feel like people be different on vacation.
Yeah.
Like, vacation jazz is lit.
Oh, I know.
But my regular self, work jazz, is intense. Don't slow blink.
So, Brittany and Kenneth, let us know how you feel about them. I just realized I might have to re-edit this with pictures. Who do we have next? But none other than Laura and Jeramy.
They gonna kill each other.
With an A. It seems like
they gonna kill each other.
They seem so like genuinely like, I feel like, back to the asshole conversation, not the one y'all are thinking about, but I do feel like Jeramy gives off like, you know,
who was Jeramy talking to? Was it Chelsea?
I believe so.
How did that never come up in that whole when they were all hanging out? It never came up.
Or one of the Sarahs, Sarah Ann.
Oh, Sarah.
I think
You right. You right. I'm like, hold on, what?
Yeah. I thought I had a picture of Sarah Ann too, but yeah, they're, you know, he seems like a little bit of a jokester, and he's very blunt. I'll say blunt. He claims he calls himself having a big personality, which I understand, and he said that's what he wants. He's very
annoying, is what I'm.
He's a little bit annoying. He's a little bit annoying. So it was nice to see him joking around with the different girls and you could tell a little bit that he was rubbing people the wrong way with some of his jokes, but it wasn't anything crazy like calling people the wrong name on purpose, allegedly. Like, who knows?
Nah, he called Laura Sarah Ann on accident.
Yeah.
On accident, supposedly, but then he admitted to her that he had actually called the wrong girl the wrong name.
He did. So
it's a lot of that going on. We ain't even got to Jimmy yet.
No, we're getting there. How you feel about Laura? Anything else about her?
I think that her personality, she's very bossy. I thought she was cool until the whole everybody hung out with the honeymoon situation, and then I was like,
talk about her as an individual. Though.
She's very dismissive, but dismissive. No, I think she was okay. I didn't have too much about her, to be honest. Like, she's a clean freak. Yeah, I didn't really have nothing about her like that.
Right.
I was like, oh, they seem great together, but now that I feel like she's genuinely annoyed with him.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
He's a little bit childish, but I was trying to figure out if he just has that side to him, and he has moments where he's serious. But I also think that, like, what was the issue? There was a joke. She told him to do what? Yes,
I was going to get into that too. I did want to, basically he told her to bean dip AD later on as they meet each other. But talking about them again, once they finally bonded, you mentioned her being a neat freak also. He said something like he had 2 Roombas
he likes
24/7 running around his apartment, which I thought was dope. So they had a lot of things that it seemed like they were in common. When they finally got to meet each other, they were very, very excited. He did the whole repropose thing. And yeah, it just seemed like they really...
they seemed like they were attracted to each other.
Yes. And I was wondering how he was going to feel, but it seemed like Jeramy was there for the absolute right reasons, and I'm glad that they each found their person. They got to be on vacation together and experience that. The silliness, which some would interpret as childishness, but if you deal with the silliness long enough, it's probably going to get really, really annoying.
Why do you keep looking at me?
Because you're here.
Okay.
It's probably going to get really, really annoying.
Vince is annoying, y'all.
I admit to being childish.
You hella annoying.
So his thing is that he only wears... Is that a Henley too? He is wearing a Henley in his picture. He only wears Henleys, like the little... cotton shirts that are buttoned up only to here, and also Hawaiian shirts. Those are the only type of shirts that he likes to wear. So she told him no Hawaiian shirts, and he's like, they stay. And I'm like, good luck, bro. Good luck. And yeah, the only other note I have about them is that once they're all hanging out and meeting everybody, the couples are mingling, meeting each other, learning about, they haven't seen the girls, or the girls haven't seen the guys. So hanging out with, as AD approaches the guys talking, he says, my wife told me to bean dip you. And she's like, why would you tell him that? And we discover that bean dip, which I do not recommend anybody do, especially a man to another woman that is not your woman.
Don't do it to your woman.
Even jokingly. Because I thought about it for like half a second, then I was like, I don't want to.
You want to live till tomorrow.
I don't want to lose my hand.
Yeah, that hand is gone. So it's over with.
Bean dipping means basically smacking somebody's titty around like it's a pancake. I'm sorry. It sounds funny, but don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm a bean dip you.
Please don't. I'm traumatized. Right? So they are joking about this. His wife, I keep saying wife, but they're not actually married yet. Fiance. Thank you. Laura is like, she's not feeling that. AD seemed to not be feeling it either. And
I think Clay was not feeling it the most, and AD was defending on his behalf as to why it would be inappropriate.
Clay had no idea what was going on, so once he was filled in, he was like, "Oh, that's not cool." And then AD was like, "Yeah, can we stop? Can we stop?" And Laura, she had her man's back for a second.
Laura was dismissive.
She was like, "Oh, it was a joke. It was a joke.
It was just an effing joke.
It was a joke. It was a joke." And everybody still wasn't really happy about it. So she called her man over and said, "Let me talk to you for a second." And even he was like, it was a joke. We were chilling.
If that was a joke that they had, Laura should not have told him about it, one, because that was clearly the girl's joke, inside joke. And also, he should not have felt comfortable to say that in front of her fiance.
I agree.
So both of y'all are crazy. They not gonna stay together. I'm not worried about that. Them two, she's gonna bite his head off, and he left to go back to the room early. Said he wanted to go home, so we don't know if he meant home to the room, because you know when I'm on vacation, I say I want to go home. I mean I'm going to the room.
Yeah.
And then, or if he meant home. So yeah,
we will see. We will see. Anything else about Laura, and
I don't
Jeremy?
really like them as a couple.
Jeremy with an A.
To be honest,
let us know how you feel about this couple as we move into our very last couple in this crazy thing. Let us talk about Chelsea. What do we know about Chelsea aside from the fact
she's a flight attendant
that she looks like Megan Fox?
No.
She's a flight attendant.
She's a flight attendant. She did not go to college. It sounded like she said she did a lot of tech schools, like cosmetology school and some other schools and all this stuff. So basically now she's a flight attendant. She was married, like straight out of high school for about 5 years, and it just did not work out. And she has a lot of insecurities, is what I've gotten from her so far.
Now, I would say that she has insecurity plastered on her forehead, even though Jimmy, for some reason, hasn't been able to figure that out yet for some reason. But do you think that has something to do with being married for 5 years?
I don't know, because she didn't go too in depth with it. She just made it seem
Not
like it
with
didn't
him.
work. Yeah, she didn't go that in depth with him. But also, your man needs to ask questions.
Yes.
Jimmy be giving me that he thinks he's the prize, and that the women should kind of compete for him. You not getting that?
That's exactly.
You ain't no prize.
No, that's exactly what I was thinking.
He thinks he's the prize, and that because he said he's like the first person in his family to go to college, right, and all of this stuff. I feel like he was taken aback by the fact that Chelsea didn't go to college, but he didn't say it.
Yeah.
I feel like Jimmy is at an age where he wants to do grown man stuff, but he's not willing to step up and do grown man things to get what he wants. So like he was dating Chelsea and he was taken aback by the fact that she was divorced.
Yes. And
I'm like, first of all, she's telling you, she's being open about it, and you're acting like it's a personal attack on you that she was married before. Because to me, I don't see, like, at 30, a lot of people have been divorced. I have a lot of friends that have been married young and divorced. So, like, I feel like once you hit that, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but once you hit that, like, 26 to, like, 30 area, that's when there's more people that have a kid or been divorced or things that people term as baggage. And Jimmy is giving me, like, I've been to college and like all of this other stuff.
That's the biggest experience.
But that's his biggest experience.
He comes from a small town.
Randleman, North Carolina. I know exactly where that is. Ain't nothing out there. Farms.
But Jimmy and farms.
So he just gives me I have arrived thing, and like people need to like appease to him and what he likes and what he's okay with. And it's not giving a lot of like give and take to me.
Yes, I'm glad that you said that. Now, before we get deeper into Jimmy and Chelsea's relationship, how was their dating in the pods?
Oh, he gonna choke.
He gonna choke. Now, before we get into telling you exactly what that is, I have a picture here of a gentleman named
TREVOR.
Trevor was. I'm mad I said Trevor.
Good.
Trevor was the second option for Chelsea.
Yes. He was the better option in my opinion as well.
Jas thinks he was the better option.
He was validating. He was direct. He put all of his eggs in her basket.
I would have to agree. Chelsea has already revealed that he is definitely more her type. She likes muscular men. You know, he did the thing that Jimmy was not doing by asking a lot of questions. Mm-hmm. And also, I think they were very close, definitely on his side, if not hers as well, to being each other's number one pick, right?
She was always his number one.
She was
is what he
always
said.
Trevor's number
And
one.
I think that what's his name? Jimmy proposed the same day right before Trevor.
Yes.
And Trevor said, if I proposed first, would you have said yes? And I'm like, Trevor is standing on business, is all I'm saying. These men need to know what they want. Know what you want and stick to it. He was like, listen, it's me and you, boo. What's up?
I agree.
I heard you say he asked you, but is that what you really want? Are you sure about that decision? And if you are, I can respect it. And I was like, you know what? I like Trevor. At first, I wasn't sure about Trevor.
Yeah, especially because he has a mullet.
Yeah, it's the mullet.
Which she likes, right?
She said she likes mullets, but the mullet threw me off. I didn't know about it. I was like, he seems like a jock type. I don't know.
OD. Definitely a jock type. I would say that, again, Trevor had some interesting conversation. He handled finding out that Chelsea was married before way better than Jimmy
he was like,
did.
That don't mean nothing to me.
He had follow-up questions. He wanted her to delve into it a little bit more so he could understand what he's getting himself into. And I do kind of, this whole season is probably going to be a Jimmy hating party.
Facts.
But I do kind of feel like Jimmy snaked his way in there by just trying to make sure that he got to propose first.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Because right after, before he proposed, right?
Yeah.
He told Chelsea that he loved her.
The day before.
Now, right after he told Chelsea that he loved her, what happened?
He then told the other girl he was dating, Jessica, he broke up with her.
Ooh, that hurts. Now, Jessica, I gotta get this is my white boy voice.
Okay, come on.
She's a smoke show. Was that accurate? Was that accurate?
I said she was a 10.
You
said she's a smoke show.
She's a smoke show.
Jessica read his ass. Yeah. First and foremost, because
she's not my type. I like Jas Vince, but
first of all, it's the Jays. First of all, Jessica was in the house and heard. No, I think Laura was being messy that day. Now I'm realizing.
Okay.
Because
Laura might be a little messy.
Yeah, she is messy because what's her name? Chelsea came in and told Laura, "Hey, Jimmy told me he loves me, whatever." And Jimmy had said previously that he will not say, because what's the other girl name? Jessica had admitted and like confessed her love for him. Yes. And he was like, you want me to say I love you, but I'm not going to say it unless I'm 100% sure that you're the person I'm going to choose.
I thought that was noble.
It is, but he did her dirty because why would you tell the other girl, Chelsea, that you love her before you break up with Jessica? So Jessica in the house and her and Laura are going to say, well, Chelsea said that Jimmy said he loved her. So he was like, so Jessica went in there like guns a-blazing, like, oh, you already made your choice. So, And then she read him fulfilled. I was so here for it. I was so here for it. She was like, when you see what you missed out on, you're going to choke. And I hope you got your EpiPen. I was like, oh, she got black friends. It was giving
or friends with allergies.
I was like, don't he got an allergy though, for real? I think he said he was allergic to something. So I was like, damn, she read him.
Oh no.
She read the shit out of him. I was like, he is going to choke. Because I feel like she optically, she looks like she's basically the white version of AD in this.
That's an interesting comparison. Let us know how you feel about that. I'm a very happily married man, but I do. She's gorgeous. Yeah, I can see how, and she got all the stuff.
Oh, we forgot. She has a 10-year-old daughter, and that was his red flag, supposedly.
I was gonna get into the objectifying her real quick before getting into her child. But yeah, she got all the stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that a guy would definitely find attractive, but that's not what this is about.
It's not about that.
It's about love being blind, right? But her throwing that in there like you gonna choke is definitely like
it took me out.
Because it burned in the back of his mind. He's still been
thinking about it.
He already engaged with somebody else, and he's still thinking about it, right? But she's a very nice girl. I forget how old she is. 28. She has a 10-year-old daughter named Autumn. All right, we love Autumns. And yeah, she seemed like she was having a really good conversation with him. There's a couple other guys that she was talking to that she was feeling as well. But
she had put at one point she had was like, nah, I'm into you. I love you.
yes,
I see myself with you. Even gave him that note that she wrote years ago to her future husband. Like, it was a lot.
That's crazy.
I felt like he was showing signs that he was just not going to commit to her, but he wouldn't say it. And I didn't like that. I felt like he wasn't honest and he wasn't forthcoming, but he wanted to present like he was.
Okay.
I don't like Jimmy, y'all.
Anything
Jimmy done pissed me off.
Well, we got to talk about Jimmy a little bit more.
All right, hurry up.
Anything else about Jessica?
No.
Right?
Jessica, I can't wait till he see you so he could choke.
Because
I'm going to be dying laughing.
That's what we're here for. Back to Chelsea and Jimmy. Oh, I did want to include also that our guy Trevor here. Oh, I'm blocking Trevor. Our guy Trevor here. Wait, did she give him the bracelet? She gave him. Chelsea gives Trevor I don't even know what it's called.
It was like a bracelet that every time you tap it, it vibrates for the other person to let them know you're thinking about them.
So right before or right after she got proposed to, he comes to her. He's like, I was tapping my bracelet all day. I guess you. That hurts, bro. That hurts. Real love. So, yes, again, Jimmy has had kind of a rough ride in this thing. He's had.
You better get this right.
He's had as a guy from the middle of nowhere who hasn't experienced much. Jimmy has had kind of a rough ride in the two girls that you're interested in. One is telling you that she got a 10-year-old kid and that's her whole life. And even though y'all have been on 3 or 4 dates, she's never mentioned it until now. And you have to make a decision very soon. That definitely put a lot of pressure on him. Just for him, the very next date, as we saw anyway, the very next date to be told by the other woman that you have the most interest in, hey, I've been married. I was married for 5 years, and I just didn't want that to be a deal breaker.
But that was 7 years ago. She was married,
and then she broke down crying. So he let her know, hey, look, this is I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. But the hesitation and the not knowing how to follow up on conversation.
But he's a liar because he said he was okay with both of them. But I don't think he was. I think he just says what he thinks people want to hear. Sorry.
Right. I just to wrap this is a long episode, but we watched 6 episodes. So to wrap all this up, to get into them finally meeting, deciding to be together, proposing, meeting each other in person. It's a beautiful, I'm going to say it. It's a beautiful thing, to see each other. She freaked out when she saw him. Like she was like hiding her face almost, like, and was like doing a weird, like, she called it a T-Rex walk. Like, obviously he might not even be somebody that shows that much emotion, which I'm thinking about also. But she was very, very ecstatic to see him. They meet and immediately they cut to a no, it was right before they went. They cut to one of those little side panels where they're interviewing them, and he goes, I've never been more sure that Chelsea is the one for me. I was like, oh, she's in your head, bro. She's in your head, bro. It's bad. It's really bad. They finally meet. She says, you're so handsome 1,000,000 times. And I don't think he complimented her once.
No. Nope. He did not validate her.
Only thing he was thinking was, man, you don't look like no Megan Fox.
Yo, I was screaming. When he said Megan Fox, I was like, this girl don't look like no Megan Fox. Vince gonna pull up a picture and was like, well, yeah, from the top. I was like, babe, she looks nothing like Megan Fox.
You look from here, and then maybe from here.
Even in this picture, her hair is darker than it is on the camera.
I should have had a picture of Megan Fox ready. But she possibly could resemble
never.
Like you know how the celebrity Facebook face mash thing used to do back in the day, and it'd be like, oh, I look like I guess. But let her have that. No. She's a beautiful young lady.
She don't look like Megan Fox.
She says people told her she looked like Megan Fox. I think he disagrees, and he's definitely holding a grudge. I'm putting that out there, right? She eventually said "I love you" a few other times. Even going into their dates together, sitting down, having a serious conversation. She said "I love you" a few times. He never said "I love you" back.
It was weird.
It was very weird. He got quiet while they were. This is their first time meeting. They're sitting down, like taking a moment in. He got really quiet.
Like, I'm excited.
He said something. I can't remember.
I'm so happy.
Can't remember exactly. Oh, because I've been through so much over the last couple of days. It's like, bro, it's me and you right now. You haven't seen anybody besides men for however long we've been in here. Please do not talk to me about your experience with other chicks, even if it was bad.
Yeah.
Because you won. We're here now.
Right.
I hated
missing
that.
it. He was
so
missing
the
it.
moral of the story is Jimmy never knows what to say. Never. So on the honeymoon,
was flabbergasted.
on the honeymoon, an example of him not knowing what to say. They make up. I keep calling it a honeymoon too, but it is a getaway,
something like that.
Whatever. They're hanging out. I guess they had they spent the night together. They got up and had breakfast. First thing that we see him say is, "Oh, I thought you said you wasn't gonna tell nobody after I told you that I love you." And first thing I hear coming back to me, somebody say, "I'm like, wait.
You questioning her because you moving sideways is crazy. It's crazy."
And then to make it worse, because he never knows what to say, he goes even deeper into after she's defending herself. Like,
right.
no, I didn't. He goes, "I believe you. I believe you."
But yeah, Jessica said.
But actually, I didn't even have my decision made at that time when I told you that I love you. I'm like, bro, then why are you telling her you love her? All the wrong things. like, bro, what are you doing? Later on, we see her saying, cuddling up. "Oh, were you excited to see me?" Mind you, they've been together for days now. Were you excited?
No, I think they only were there for one day.
Maybe.
The honeymoon part.
It's possible. Were you excited to see me? She's very, very needy, it seems. Like a little bit insecure, but very needy. She talked about some of her insecurities as well. And he just can't meet her in the middle with appropriate conversation.
Yeah.
He never says the right thing.
Babe.
Never.
How do you feel about me?
You're beautiful, baby. Love you.
Oh, thank you.
I love you.
Too.
I love you.
I love you too.
Right?
He wouldn't say that.
None of it. She said, "What's your type?" We never talked about what your type is. And he was like, "Oh, I described all the things that you..." All right, good job, sir. Good job. But you're still not really giving us anything. She goes, "Oh, yeah, big and muscular," and I'm just like, Trevor. Basically. Trevor, you messed up. This is a funny note. You want to read this?
Hold on.
Can you see it?
What? He says she's more insecure than Issa.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
All right. I don't know if I want to read.
I thought it was interesting because when they went to the beach, she said that she was super self-conscious about being in a bathing suit around him. And basically, I wrote that she was describing her type as who Trevor is, to be honest. And Jimmy is the only blonde that she's ever dated. I was like, her insecurities are really showing. And she keeps asking. She asked him, "You ever did like an application for a job and they asked you the same question, but they reworded a million different times?" That's basically what she did about if he was sure about her.
Yes.
So he kept basically saying, yes, he was sure about her. But then she was like, "Well, what is the first thing you notice about me?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, you have big white teeth." I'm like, you can't. And then she was giving him the opportunity to say something else. He was not getting it. This man is slow.
Not sexual.
He's
but
slow.
your teeth. I said your teeth. Your teeth are nice.
He's slow.
She was like, your eyes, your smile. Like, I would have said smile, but teeth.
Then he did say she had a nice smile.
Teeth. Bro, that's not the way.
That's not sexy.
That's not what women want to hear. That's not what women want to hear. But at least we know that Jimmy is the happiest in his relationship.
He said he has the best relationship.
All the couples, he's the most happy here, even though he's not currently in his wife's face like everybody else is.
Well, that was until he had to sexualize black women.
Ooh.
On Black History Month.
Now, you think he might be part black?
No, he ain't black.
Because I heard Jimmy got a wiener like a gold cup. That's what
We're not going to do that. Thank you. First of all, Chelsea was lying to the girls when she said that. She was lying to the girls when she said that.
You're wildin'.
I was like, now you know damn well. Look at this man. He barely got an arm muscle.
You're wildin', Chelsea.
Stop it, Chelsea.
You're
Just
wildin'. That looks a little insecure. I was like, damn, I don't even think if I was Jimmy, I don't know if I would brag on my joint like that. You know what I'm saying? She put it out there. So I don't remember if it was before the AD incident or after. I think it was after.
It was before.
It was before.
Yeah.
So AD talking to him looking like, oh, you got that gold cup.
AD was not interested.
First off, Love is Blind people. Where are these gold cups coming from?
Why is there a gold cup everywhere we go?
I like gold. I like
cups. And also, if this is product placement, who makes these cups, bro?
Because now we want some, even though Jas hates them now.
I don't want them, but I would like you guys to actually do a good product placement where we can see where the cups is from. For those of us that want the cups.
But yes, last little rant on Jimmy. He's talking with his fiance Chelsea, and Chelsea has been bigging up AD this whole time apparently because
that's her girl.
How can you not love AD?
Yeah.
Like, come on. And then he said something like, "Oh."
He said that girl is stacked.
She's stacked over there. He probably didn't put that much emphasis on it.
He did say
but
stacked.
He said it. He's probably said it kind of low. She was like, "Oh yeah, girl, how you get a booty like that?" Like, and immediately, I think that would be the time where you can walk and introduce them to each other formally, and then have a conversation about how much I love this girl. Yeah. Because
this is my girl. That's what you would do. This is my girl.
I love this girl. Meet this man that I love. You know
I love this girl because of this, not because she's stacked.
She
Let's stop sexualizing black women. I didn't like that. I did not like it.
I know you didn't. Aside from the sexualization, she immediately, it was an awkward situation. They both admitted it. He went to go talk to her to be like, hey, I like Clay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that, but you are in shape. You are very fit. And then his fiance backed off. So leaving Jimmy and AD to talk the entire time, and they living it up like Ja Rule and Bobby Brown. Like they are living it up, yo.
That went over my head.
Living it up. I did. Was it Bobby Brown?
That was Bobby Brown?
It might have been a different Bobby Brown. I'm thinking about and I know you getting by. Sorry.
That's not Bobby Brown.
Who is that?
That's Jodeci.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I should have just said Stevie Wonder. Sorry. Anywho, it was a Stevie sample. Anywho, yeah, they're living it up. They're having a good time. Apparently, he spun her around one time.
He did not. We didn't see it. You know, I think Chelsea was so in her head and so insecure.
Absolutely.
But I do kind of agree with Chelsea that for him to be saying, "Oh, we have the best relationship," we never really saw him go be like, if we go to a party, right? I'm gonna go be social. You're gonna go be social, but you're also gonna come back and be like, "Hey, baby, you good? Can I get you something?
Yeah,
a kiss,
my man disappeared. He never came back.
He was just. It was weird.
He never came back. I think that might have been the last note that I had about Jimmy and Chelsea.
Jimmy is king of the sticking their foot in there.
Oh no, there's one more last note. Yeah, he stuck his foot in his mouth one last time before the episode ended. He sits down to check on his wife, or because the girls all were sitting there and called him over. He sits next to Laura, I believe, and says, "Oh, you were my first date, weren't you? You were my." His wife is sitting back there, tears in her eyes, under the shade of the tree, like kill me now.
I forgot about that.
Yo, he'd never know what to say.
He is horrible. He is just not aware.
But
that's why I think I don't think he really liked Chelsea.
I don't think
so. Because when
either.
you really like a woman, you're cognizant of this. Like, you want to please her. You want to make sure she's okay. You want to take care of her. But he just keeps hitting these marks that are just off. And I'm like, you think Jessica in that head.
And
you going choke.
And I know you did. I know it. Spoiler.
Was it her that said that?
It was Chelsea saying, and I know you smashed. I know you.
I can't wait till next week, y'all.
We can't wait. Let us know how you're feeling about these crazy, crazy couples, and really looking forward to seeing them. Meet with the rest of the singles at some point. That is all I have. If you have anything to say about these people, please make sure you take the time to
like, comment, and subscribe.
Do that thing, y'all.
Hold on. I got something.
What? Go ahead.
Make sure you guys check out our review of Champion on Netflix.
Oh, yes. We do Netflix.
It should be following right after this video. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you think. Let us know if there's anything else that you want us to cover. And also, thank you for tuning in to a brand new episode of The Jas Vince Show. Peace.
Jasmine and Vince.
The Jas